Hey, 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 right, hey, 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 right, hey, 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 right, right, hey, 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 right, hey, 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 right, hey, 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 what's happening, everybody? What's going on, man? Oh my goodness, what a tired day. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pull out and conjure up as much of this strength and abilities, honey, and character that I can for this book read. I don't know how much I'm gonna read, child. I'm really thinking about 30 minutes, about 45 minutes, but we gonna see what comes out of me, honey, today. All right, let me check on some comments right quick. Okay, watch it while I check up on it. Hi, Arnesia. Oh, my virtual husband, Isaiah Pascal. La 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 la. All right. Erica, Michelle, how you doing? Miss Melanin. Melanin Mary made the first comment. I see you, see me, see you, child. Miss Faye, how you doing, boo? Sharonda, Rena, Serenity. Hi, guys. Hi, guys. Hi, Shanta. How you doing? All right, guys, let us get into this book read. Now, we are reading Carlitas' Way. We are reading season 10, but of course. Let me move this to video manager. Okay. Just moving that over to video manager. That way I have less stuff open. Let's see. Okay. Just trying to see some windows that I could possibly close right quick, so we don't have too many interferences. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, the Kindle is acting a fool, and I don't need that. Like, I don't need those problems. I don't know why it's acting like this. So what we gonna do is we gonna wait and just let it do what it do. Okay, well, I'm gonna tell y'all this. It's already on Side Pieces and Savages, or Savages and Side Bitches. But I'm going to close it and I'm going to open a new one, because I just ain't got the time for it. Do you understand me? All right, guys. While we try to get up on this book, let me remind you guys. That we are reading other books on my website, TOXSDIAMOND. Okay, so just to remind you guys, it's $1 to start. It's $5 a month. You get cable TV shows. You get cable TV shows. You get hold on. Let me see something. Hold on. I'm trying to see what kind of technical difficulty I'm having. Let me just check it out. Oh, man. I see that. So I'm just not moving at all. Okay, so am I just not moving at all on this screen right now? Is that what's happening? Oh boy. Okay. Thank you. But am I moving smoothly? This is messed up. I hate when it does this to me. Am I moving smoothly yet, darlings? Darlings, let me know. Okay, I see that I really am having some very difficult, serious difficulties. But can you guys hear me? All right, great. You guys can hear me, and I guess that's just we just gonna have to do what it do. It's all right. All right, let's get into the read. And unfortunately, you guys won't be able to see my reactions, but you'll be able to hear me. I'm just gonna go ahead and get into it, honey, and just let it be what it is, child. Still waiting for the Kindle. So my computer is having technical difficulties. I don't know why. I don't know what and when and where and for, but it definitely is. So hopefully I start moving soon, but we'll get into this audio and just let that do what it do, baby. You know. Let me close some things. Let me close that. Let me see if that will help me. Hold on, guys. Let me just try to see what's going on because I'm trying to figure out why am I moving so slow? What is the goings-ons? Okay, well, there's two things open that I want to be open. So I just have to wait. So again, we were talking about Carlitas' book, and I really am sorry that I am frozen, unfortunately, and that you guys can only hear me, but not see my actual movement. And I was actually telling you guys about the website. So I was saying, oh, there we go. I think I see something just popped on in there. So can you guys see me now? Okay, hopefully you can. Okay, and we're just, okay, so we're just trying to pull up this book, taking this sweet, 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 sweet time. And I don't know why. And see, this is the shit that makes me feel frustrated and get the cussing and bussing on this internet. But I'm not going to do that today. I'm just going to allow it to do whatever it's doing. And in the meantime, we'll talk about the fact that I'm reading Savages and Side Tricks on the website and how good that book is. Now, last night in Savages and Side Tricks, I got the chance to actually be Face, which is the man, okay, which is the guy. It's still frozen on my end for some reason. But I got the chance to actually be Face. And I thought that was so fun. What is going on? Hold on. Let me try one more time. What is happening right now? I'm trying to figure out. But yeah, I got the chance to talk as the man from the male perspective. And I thought that was bomb. I enjoyed it. I had a hard time trying to keep my deep voice on. But I was really, really trying. Like, okay, but let's get into Carlita. We was on chapter 13, guys. And she was talking about how her family had stolen all of her money out of her house. She was talking about how basically not only her money, but her jewelry, her clothes, everything that she had. She went back and got her stuff, and she basically was figuring that she wasn't going to talk to them again, but she ended up forgiving them and putting it behind her. She said she faulted her mom the most for knowing and not telling her. The move to Los Angeles, chapter 13. I felt it was time for a change, not just for my life, but my boys' lives as well. I felt as though I was just surviving. I was finally divorced, and so many things had taken place as well. Craig had gone overseas to play and was back, but he had caused a major ripple in our lives financially. He had stopped paying child support, and the divorce settlement had not kicked in as of yet. I was stuck between a rock and a hard place. I had run out of money to pay rent and feed the boys, so I turned to a friend and I did things that I was not happy about. No, I didn't sell my ass, but I would have if it come down to it. I did transport drugs for him as well as buy some and have him move it for me. I had to pay bills and feed my boys. I had no excuse, but I would have done anything at that point. I was not about to lose my sons again or go begging to their father. Going back to court was not an option. I had looked for work, but no one would hire me. My name was mud because of all the bad press. So now things had gotten better, but everything seemed as though it had been standing still for me and my family for a while now. I have been on the phone making plans to visit California. I set up a few appointments to see homes and apartments for rent. I had plans that I hadn't discussed with anyone except Arlene, my best friend. So when the first weekend came for the boys to stay with their dad, I dropped them off and hopped on a plane to Los Angeles, California. I always liked California, and I always told myself that I would live in Los Angeles again. My stay there was short-lived when the Clippers moved from San Diego to Los Angeles. I arrived in LA early, checked into the hotel room, and enjoyed sitting down at the pool. I hadn't been on a vacation in a while, and this felt good. I was having some me time. Although this was going to be a quick trip, I had to get a lot of things done in a short time. Sitting by the pool with a good book felt like heaven to me. Come on with the book. After a few hours of reading and people watching, I went to the room, showered, and got dressed. I was to meet the realtor, then ride to see a home with him. I was told the house was 30 minutes away from LAX, which was a lie to begin with. The house was in Moreno Valley. I had no sense of what was in LA. What in LA. I fell asleep on the ride. I had no idea of how long we had been driving. I got to the house and fell in love with it. There was a few things that weren't right with the house, but I was told that would be fixed. These people had an office near my house in Moreno Valley. So after I saw the place, we stopped in and did all the work. These people had an office near the house, and so they did all the paperwork. I was to move in October. Hold on, guys. Hello? I'm working, boo. So let me call you back, okay?
All right, Ann.
Okay, call you right back. I was to move in October. I hadn't planned to find a place that soon on my first trip, but out to LA, I acted on emotions, and I was hoping it didn't come back to bite me. On the drive back to the hotel, I fell asleep again. So by the time I got back to the hotel, it was a little late, and I didn't pay attention to the time once again. I thought it was a short trip. This was turning out to be a nice weekend. I found a place the first day there, and I had 2 days left to enjoy my stay. I stayed at the Marriott Hotel at the airport, by the airport, and there were bugs in my room. When I reported this to the front desk, the general manager was standing nearby and overheard me. He was very nice and had them upgrade my room to a suite. He also made my stay free of charge. The trip was getting better and better. My room was changed into a large suite that was very close to the pool. He then stepped over to chat with me and told me I was welcome to stay in his hotel whenever I wanted to at no cost. Wow, I thought. I thanked him and let him know that he didn't have to go that far. I told him that changing my room was more than enough and that I could pay my own way. I didn't want to start my move to LA on the wrong foot, but at the same time, I felt I must be doing the right thing. What other reason would this be going so smoothly? Over the next 2 days, I laid around the pool, walked around, took a tour to Hollywood, and finished my book. The trip was great. I needed it, but more than that, I needed the rest. It felt like I was getting the new start I was wanting so badly. I was ready for something new. Who knows, I might try my hand at acting, I thought. What could it hurt? On that following Sunday, when I got home, I picked up my boys. I was happy to see them. When I told them where I had been, they said, "Oh, Mom, you should have taken us with you." The boys like California. I couldn't wait to tell them the good news, but it wasn't time just yet. I had 2 months to get this in order. I'd packed and get out of here. I wanted to tell their father first, just in case he was going to try to take me to court. Being that I had sole custody, I didn't think he could do much with me or much to me. His coming out to visit was the best I could offer him, or they could visit him when school was out. I was so excited and wanted to scream it out to them in hopes they would be as happy as I was. So after the boys took their baths, I said, "Hey guys, we're moving to California." My oldest son said, "Mom, you crazy." We laughed so hard. Really, we're moving in a month, so we have a lot of work to do, guys. I found us a house in LA, and from what I saw, it's in a nice neighborhood, and the school system is great. My boys were very excited. I let them stay up a little late and talk and laugh, something we did often when we were together. After 2 hours, I told the boys, "Let's go to bed and talk in the morning." Look, guys, I'm going to tell your dad in the morning. I hope you're both cool with this. I didn't wait for an answer for them. I wanted them out of my room and my head on a pillow. It had been another long day. Okay, hold on, y'all, because I'm feeling a little uncomfortable. Let me see what y'all talking about. All right, yeah, I'm glad it's moving good now. Okay. I told Craig I was moving to Los Angeles the next day. From the way he looked, he didn't believe me. I didn't care one bit, although he did ask what was he to do about seeing the boys. You can visit them in Cali, I said. In the summer, they can come out for their visit. I'm fine with that. He, of course, didn't look too cool with my decision. But hey, he, of course, didn't look too cool with my decision, but hey, I had to do what was best for me and the boys. I really didn't think Craig cared too much about the fact that I was taking the boys away. I think he thought if he didn't react, I would have had a few choice words for him. Time moved pretty fast and there was so much to get done. I had to get someone to help me move across the map. I had become closer to my sister Linda again after everything we had gone through, and she too wanted a change. I asked her to move in with us, and she said yes. What? You asked her to move with you? Shit. Not I, said the cat. Chaboo. Okay. When the time came for us to leave, I got one of my nephews to drive the truck. He and Linda drove, and I took all the boys and Linda's granddaughter on the plane. The truck left a few days before us, so we had hoped to get there one day before they got to the house. When the boys and I touched down in Los Angeles, I got my rental and drove to the house. I was so upset at the distance of the house, it took forever. I thought, how could this be? Then I remembered I had fallen asleep on the ride, both coming and going. All I could think was, this is my fault, so deal with it. When we got to the house, the boys loved it. We only wanted to sleep. We had traveled all day. The truck got to us 2 days later. And the start of our new life began. My nephew stayed with us for several months and returned back home to Chicago to get his life back on track. Linda and I got the boys enrolled in school, and the bomb dropped. The money I was getting from the rest of Craig's contract was being taken from me. So any money I was supposed to live on and get our life moving in the right direction with was taken by the IRS. I had to figure out what I was going to do about money. When we had moved from Chicago to California, and now I had no money coming in. So I spoke with my sister Linda. She suggested that I go to get some help from welfare. What? I said, no way, I couldn't do that. She asked me why not. Then she said that she was going to apply the next morning and to have her case transferred over. I said to my sister, how can I apply? I've been married to a guy who's played in the NBA. They would never help me. She asked me why not. I said, don't they ask you how much money you've made and get all in your business? She said, look, girl, you need to feed these boys. Don't think, just go with me in the morning. I agreed to go and went to bed with so much on my mind. I really didn't know how to feel about having to apply for welfare. I would be embarrassed for sure. Thanksgiving was around the corner and I needed to feed my children. More than that, I needed money. That was a really long night for me. I tossed and turned all night. When the morning came, my sister and I found the building and signed in. They gave us a boatload of paperwork. As we sat there filling out all the papers, I felt awful. My head was in rare form. I kept looking around thinking someone is going to know me and I'm going to get embarrassed if someone speaks to me. Yep, I was crazy because no one knew me. I had only been in California for a few weeks and I didn't know anyone there but my immediate family. But I had this conversation going on inside of my head, making things worse. Why did I care so much about who saw me? It was about my children, not who saw me. I had to pull myself together. My sister knew I was having a hard time to deal with this. I kept thinking, how did I get here? I wanted to cry, but I was not the crybaby I had once been over the years. Before I could beat myself up even more, they called my name. I was taken to a cubicle with a middle-aged woman who seemed to hate her job. She went through my paperwork and looked me up and said, so, what's your story, Mrs. Hodges? I was a little surprised at her approach and her tone. I looked up, gave her half a smile and said, I'm not sure what you mean, ma'am. The paperwork should tell it all, but if I must, let's begin with, I'm here for some help. I moved me and my family here from Chicago and ran into a problem. The money I was receiving from the divorce was stopped and I need help. I'm running out of food as well as money. As the conversation went on, the lady seemed to have gotten louder and louder while speaking with me. She said to me, it says here your husband is in the NBA and he made whatever dollar amount I had put there. I said, yes, ma'am. I feel like a child being scolded by a parent. And I looked around to see who was listening. Why wouldn't they? As loud as she was talking, everyone was in ear range. This woman kept talking so loud, so I was almost in tears when I asked her, do you have to speak to me so loud? Do you have to speak to me so loud? Can we have this conversation in a normal tone? She seemed to get pissed at me for saying whatever I said. When she continued talking to me, she got even louder, almost to a yell. So I gathered my things, stood up, and said to her, I would like to see someone else, a supervisor. She said she was it and that I would have to deal with her and her only. I froze in my shoes and I stood there. I became hot. I dropped my purse in my bag and leaned towards her and I said, look, you evil bitch. I got loud at this point. You will get someone else to help me. And as far as you sitting here judging me because I was married to someone who has played professional basketball, fuck you. Now judge that and let me tell your sorry ass this. I don't want to be here. I don't have to be here. And your ass will get me someone. And now. So tell me, you bitch, am I loud enough for you? Now your job is to help. Now your job is to help, not to sit your sorry fat ass there and judge me. Your job is to help, not tear me down, you bitch. I'm down already and I don't need this shit from you. If it wasn't for people needing help, do you really think that you would be sitting here with that shitty ass job you do? My sister ran over to me at this point, as well as security. The security started talking, telling me to have a seat. No, I said, don't you think about taking her side in this. I heard and you heard this bitch from the moment I sat in this seat. Now I'm going to need someone to get a supervisor now. The security guard stood up next to me and asked me to lower my voice. No, I said, you lower yours. Where were you when this wicked witch was going in on me? Oh, don't answer. You sat your ass over there listening. That's where you were. So you go and have a seat and leave me the hell alone. What a scene we had made in there. Not because I wanted that, but damn, this woman had pushed me and I felt like I needed to push back at this point. I grabbed my paperwork off the desk and waited for a supervisor to help me. When the supervisor came, I knew it was going to get worse, although it went a little better. The supervisor came to speak with me. She asked me if I could set up an appointment for the next day, and I agreed. After she and I talked for a while, I let her know that I want to file a complaint about the woman who had waited on me. She was out of line, and this needed to be dealt with. After I was done, I waited for my sister in the car. I needed time to myself. I got in the car and cried like a baby. I was angry, hurt, and pissed, and confused, all at the same time. Why can't things just work out for the good? I had been so worried all night about coming to this place, and when I got here that morning, I was scared and embarrassed that someone would know me. Never in a million years did I think something like this would happen. I hated this feeling. I felt so defeated. I had to get this thing called life together. I found out early on that the system would not only work for me, only against me. That the system would not work for me, but against me. But little did they know, I was not trying to make a career of being on fucking welfare. When my sister was done, she went home. I felt as though I had been to war and back. I went to take a nap, and in that nap, I realized what I was missing in my life: prayer. I jumped out of bed, got down on my knees, and started to pray. Things had all gone wrong since I got into California, and I was starting to doubt why I moved. Was it the right thing to do? I didn't know anymore. Had I been selfish and made the move too soon? I asked all these questions with no answers coming back. I took a nap only to have slept the whole rest of the day. It was in the AM hours when I woke up. The rest was needed, so when the daylight came, I went back to the welfare's office. This time, I was armed and ready to check in and had a seat. Once again, my head was all over the place, but I was not having it. I told my head to have a seat and calm down. When my name was called, I got a little nervous, but grabbed my things and followed the woman. It was not the supervisor, so once again, I felt some kind of way about this. This woman was a bit older and cold. I was careful, and once again, she started in on me. I stopped her ass in her tracks. I said, look here, I'm not doing this with you today. I've been here already. So if you think for a second you're going to loud talk me, think again. I'm a human being and you won't sit here and judge me. I'm a human being and you sitting there judging me won't work. So here's the deal. I'm here because I need some help. I'm going through a tough time right now. Can you or anybody in this place help me without all of the bullshit? If you can't, can you let me speak to someone else or a supervisor who helped me yesterday? This woman got loud with me. I collected my things and I walked out. As I was walking to the car, I thought, what the hell just happened? Not this again. I turned around and made another appointment with the supervisor. I believe they gave me an appointment as far out to punish me. So far out to punish me. Damn, that's messed up. I didn't care. 2 weeks later, I went back to the office and met with the supervisor. When I got back to the office, I felt nothing. I was ready with a major attitude. Not the major attitude, child. Okay. All right. I love you guys, but I'm tired. I did as much as I could. I know that probably wasn't much. Let me finish this paragraph. I was ready with the major attitude, and when she called my name, I was ready. Although I came ready to fight, she seemed okay so far. I had a seat and I started talking to her about my situation and what it was needed and what it was.